My own sister emptied my son's bedroom while I was away, then bragged about the profit. My name is Sarah Mitchell, and I'm 35. A week after my son Leo and I returned from our annual June trip, we found his room completely bare. My sister Claire stood in the doorway laughing. She said she sold everything and got a fantastic price. My mother chuckled behind her and declared Claire was pregnant, so it was only fair. My son gripped my shirt, sobbing, and I couldn't find any words. I just walked away. But by autumn, my sister's grin had vanished, my mother was packing boxes, and my family finally understood what my silence had been hiding for decades. Welcome to Zarabell Stories. If this story resonates, please leave a comment and subscribe. To understand how we got here, I need to start with James. My husband was a flight paramedic. He could stitch a wound in a helicopter at 2 a.m. and still send me a silly meme. 4 years ago, his crew went down in the desert. He was 32. The life insurance paid off our house. I work nights in the pediatric ICU. Our son Leo was 3 when his father died. He's 7 now. Quiet and deliberate like James, he built his whole world inside his bedroom. That room was our museum. James's flight jacket hung in the closet. His grandfather's pocket watch sat in a locked cabinet. His tool chest lived under the window. On the desk sat a half-finished wooden sailboat. James and Leo had started it together the winter before the crash. They shook hands on a promise. The boat would hit water when Leo turned 8. After the funeral, Leo asked if the deal still counted. I told him yes. We worked on it an hour here and there. It was the slowest boat ever built in Arizona, and it was the only clock that mattered in our house. Now the rest of the household. 2 years ago, my mother Grace had a hip replacement, lost her rental, and moved in. I converted the den into a bedroom for her. She watched Leo 3 nights a week while I worked. I covered her bills, her medications, her insurance. That arrangement had a name in our family. The name was Rachel. I'd been the strong one since I was 12, when my father's paychecks got unreliable and somebody had to make sure Claire had lunch money. In my family, being capable is a chronic condition. There's no cure. My father passed 6 years ago. After that, my mother's math got simpler. Whatever the family needed, the family took from whoever had it, and the one who had it was me. I want to be fair to her. She wasn't cruel. She just believed a family is a bucket line and the strong daughter stands at the well. For over 20 years, I passed every bucket. I told myself that was love. Then there was Claire, 6 years younger, pretty, broke, and permanently owed something. For me, the rules were granite. For Claire, they were elastic. I knew that. I just never guessed how far the elastic could stretch. 2 months before our trip, Claire's boyfriend found out about the pregnancy and left. She landed on my porch with a duffel bag. Just a few weeks, she said, until the baby comes. I said no. I had 3 bedrooms and a 7-year-old whose entire sense of safety was nailed to one room. So I paid the first month on a studio for her instead. My mother didn't speak to me at dinner for a week. Your sister is family, she finally said. I put a lock on the cabinet where the watch and jacket lived. But my mother lived there, and you can't lock your own mother out. So the spare key stayed in the junk drawer. I told myself the brass lock was mostly a message anyway. One more thing. Claire started liking baby listings on our neighborhood marketplace. I thought she was nesting. I understood later she was pricing. Every June, Leo and I drive to San Diego, to the pier where James proposed. We bring donuts and tell him about our year. This year we were gone 6 days. We came home Sunday afternoon, sunburned and happy. Leo ran ahead to his room. Then he stopped in the doorway. The silence was worse than any scream I'd heard on any shift. The room was empty. Bunk bed gone. Desk gone. The cabinet with the brass lock was gone. In the corner where the boat had been stood a brand new white crib. Claire came out of the bathroom holding a paint sample card. Where are my son's things? I asked. Claire laughed. I took the room. I sold everything. Got a good price. From the kitchen, my mother chuckled. Your sister is pregnant, she said. It's only fair. Leo grabbed my shirt and pressed his face into my ribs. I looked at my sister's smile and my mother's dish towel. I said one thing. Get your backpack, baby. Then I took my son's hand and walked out. We went next door to my neighbor Elena. She made Leo grilled cheese and put on a nature show. He watched whales with wet eyes. Is my bike gone? Is my dad's tools gone? I answered honestly. Then he asked, we weren't done building it? That was the whole sentence. After he fell asleep, I ran the list again. The cabinet had a lock, and I had the only key. Somebody had gone through the junk drawer, found the spare, and opened that cabinet on purpose. I slept 3 hours. Monday morning, I walked back home. I kept my voice level. I wanted a list of every buyer and whatever money was left. Claire looked at me like I'd asked her to return a borrowed sweater. It was kid furniture, half of it junk. I asked about the jacket, the watch, the toolbox, the boat. Old man stuff, she said. Dead people don't need storage. My mother came in smoothing it over. Children adapt, she said. The cousins would laugh about this someday. How much? I asked. Claire blinked. Like 900, maybe more. It's spent. Car seat, stroller, the crib. Babies aren't free. I told her to take her crib and be out by dinner. That night, I opened my laptop and went to Claire's marketplace profile. There it all was. 14 listings. Bunk bed, 120. Desk, 4 to 5. Bike, 60. Tablet, 90. Pilot jacket, 60. Watch, 7 to 5. I got methodical. Screenshot. Save. Next. I matched the listings against the insurance inventory I'd made after James died. Then I found the 15th listing, grayed out, marked sold. Unfinished wood boat craft project, $15. I didn't click it that night. Tuesday, I called the police. The officer was polite. He asked who lived in the home. I owned it. My mother lived with us. Claire did not. He said it sounded like a civil dispute. I asked what would make it criminal. Proof of ownership, he said. Proof of value. Proof she had no permission. Documentation. Most people don't have it. I thought about my folder. You'll be hearing from me, I said. Wednesday, my Aunt Deb called. Family does not call the police on family, she said. Sweetheart, your sister is carrying a baby. Fair is fair. I heard the family motto from a second mouth. They had the narrative. I had a folder. I built the binder. Column 1, screenshots. Column 2, my inventory. Column 3, the money. My running total came to $940. Fair market value, $2,600. My sister had committed a felony and still sold at a loss. The bike buyer told me about an older man in the driveway, holding James's toolbox. She gave me his name. I called him. He drove to my house in a truck older than me, carried the toolbox up my walk, and set it on my table. I tried to hand him his $40. A man's tools belong to his boy, he said. That's a will. He opened the lid. Folded under the socket tray was a piece of graph paper. James's handwriting. A drawing of a finished sailboat. Along the bottom, Leo's boat, age 8. The plans. Strangers can be kinder than blood. I wish I could tell you Leo was fine. He wet the bed twice. His teacher sent home a drawing. My favorite place. Leo drew an empty rectangle and titled it My Room. He asked how to spell empty. At 2 a.m., I was not steady. He appeared in the hallway. Mom, did Dad's boat get thrown away because of me? I got down on the floor and held my son. That was the night my hesitation died. Saturday, I clicked the 15th listing. The photo had glare off the storm door. The boat sat in the middle. The only clue was a copper-colored pickup truck reflected in the glass. I printed the photo. Monday, I went to the police with my binder. Detective Alvarez went through it. She asked the questions. Did Claire live there? No. Did she have permission? No. She said it was theft. She wrote a case number. Claire got a summons. My mother announced she couldn't watch Leo anymore. Asked for day shift. It cost me $400 a month. Claire wanted to talk. She said I had everything, she had nothing. It's just stuff, she said. Dead people don't need stuff. I asked her about the watch initials. She stared at me. If you press this, you will lose all of us, she said. She thought it was a threat. It was an offer. The county charged theft by conversion. I signed the victim statement. I thought about an empty rectangle drawn in crayon. I signed it. I bought back what I could. The watch. The jacket. The bunk bed and desk were gone. The boat was still missing. 6 to 2 days. Then I came home to find Claire in my driveway, taking things from her room. I had every lock rekeyed. I wrote my mother a 30-day notice. You ended it first, I said. She told me about her ring. Her mother had sold it to pay bail for her brother. Fair is fair. She cried one night and understood family. I saw the whole chain. At the county meeting, Claire's lawyer slid the leniency letter across the table. One signature, he said. I moved it aside. No, I said. I asked for truth, restitution, And no contact with my son unless I'm present. My mother said fair is fair. You're right, Mom, I said. That's why I'm not signing. I signed the other form. In court, Claire said guilty. 3 years probation. Restitution at $75 a month. No contact. I read my statement. I'm here for the record. My mother moved out. The quiet was enormous. Leo asked if we were sad. I said yes, and we made pancakes anyway. Ours were better. Then the call came. Walt Peterson had found Earl's truck. Earl had bought the boat. He'd left it outside all summer. The hull was split. The keel was warped. Earl carried it to my car. He wouldn't take a dime. Leo inspected it. We weren't done building it, he said. I came back with the plans. Then we're not done, baby. Dad left us the plans. 3 months later, Leo's room came back to life. Harbor blue walls. An astronaut bed. The first restitution check cleared the same week I bought that bed. On Leo's 8th birthday, the sailboat touched water for the first time. We rebuilt it from James's plans. My son laughed with his whole body. Claire had her baby. I mailed diapers. No note. The chain didn't break everywhere. It just doesn't run through my house anymore. My mother taught me fair is fair. She just never expected me to do the math. We weren't done building the boat. We were just done building with them. A family that calls you strong while you carry them will call you cruel the day you set the weight down. Setting it down in front of your child may be the most loving thing your hands ever do. That's my story. 1 empty room, 14 screenshots, 2 signatures, and a wooden boat that finally touched the water. If someone in your family calls it fair when they take from your child, protect the record and the child first. If this story moved you, please like and subscribe to Zarabell Stories. See you in the next one.